Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about the daily life in ancient Rome. Social structure. There are four levels in the pyramid. There are the patricians, the plebeians, women, and the slaves. Patricians are wealthy aristocrats. They own vast lands, own the villa, and also hold all the political powers. Plebeian are the commoners. They couldn't really hold powers, high positions, and not no vast lands for them, but they had the plebeian council, and they are free men, so they wouldn't have to work for others. They are free. Women, however, are all under male guardianship. They could own their properties, but when I say they own properties, they are the wealthier one. But they couldn't vote. Slaves are they are the prisoners of wars. Many of them become gladiators, even though most of them are they often work for the farmlands and for the large mansions. Basically, they're the properties of the patricians. Okay, let's talk about the housing. We can categorize into two groups. So there are the good one and the worst one. Domus, or we can call it the villa, are large private houses owned by the rich patricians. This included a central open air courtyard with a pool, like a large pool, a private garden courtyard, and surrounded by the colonnade. And most importantly, the dining room was decorated by frescoes and mosaics. Insulae are more like the apartment. Those are the overcrowded neighborhood for plebeians and poor people. Multi-story buildings, and they had to use public fountains for a bath. It was really unsafe and very uncomfortable.
Gladiators, ancient Rome's warrior celebrities. Imagine the Colosseum's roar. These skilled fighters trained in specialized schools, battle with unique weapons and styles. The crowd's cheers could mean life or death. More than just fighters, they were entertainers, embodying Rome, courage, and spectacle. Roman drama, like so much of Roman culture, owes a huge debt to the Greeks. Think of it as a direct descendant, evolving from early Greek theater, just as Roman architecture borrowed heavily from Greek designs. You see it in their buildings, their aqueducts, everywhere, so too did their theaters mirror Greek structures. They weren't just copying, they adapted and expanded. But the fundamental blueprints, the core ideas, came from the Greeks.
There are three meals in a traditional Roman day: the intaculum or breakfast, the cena or lunch, and the vesperna or supper. The intaculum is a quick meal consumed before the day starts. The cena is a main meal consisting of two courses, and the vesperna is a light meal to prepare before bedtime. After improvements in physical lighting in Rome, the cena or formal dinner is postponed to nighttime, and sometimes the prandium is held instead to bridge the gap before the cena. Afterwards, the vesperna is completely abandoned. Food served in a traditional Roman meal includes bread made from Roman staples like emmer wheat, spelt, and barley, which is served during the intaculum and the prandium. Pulse, which is less common in noble households, is made from farro and other grains, cooked with water and seasoned with salt. It's typically served in poor households and during religious ceremonies. Other foods include cold meat, which is roasted and boiled and eaten during the prandium, olives, which could be used as a sauce and for bread or served on their own, and salad made with lettuce and herbs combined with vinegar. There was four types of garments worn by the ancient Romans. First, there was a toga, which is a large piece of cloth that the Roman citizens wore over a tunic. It symbolizes their status and was draped elegantly around the body. Next, the tunic was a basic garment for both men and women, often knee-high and simple, providing comfort and coverage in everyday life. For a Roman woman, the stola was a traditional dress that was long, flowing, and worn over a tunic, symbolizing their martial status and made from fine fabrics. Finally, the palla was a rectangular piece of cloth worn over the sola, acting as a shawl or wrap, adding the elegance and modesty. These garments not only served practical purposes but also signified social status and cultural values in ancient Rome.